So you've been a writer now for 16 years. You've come a very long way in a relatively short period of time. Do you look back on those 16 years and marvel at it, or do you simply see it as a logical outcome of hard work?
I guess a bit of both. Like I know that for sure when Gender Failure came out, I felt like 10 books. That was like I'd entered the double digits. Like that seemed like a thing. I was like, wow, 10 books. Like I'm gonna take a moment and feel good about 10 books. That's a thing. Yeah, like definitely with this one, like for some reason, like I felt the odometer kick over somehow, you know, and you're like driving along and you're like, wow, and then we just hit 200,000 kilometers. Like when it kicked into the double digits, I had a moment of feeling like, okay, that's a thing. It's a thing.
Can you look back to the first and second book era and remember what you might have tentatively foreseen for you as a writing career?
You know, I had like, and I tell students this too, I would never have foreseen any of this things that are happening now. I wouldn't have, because I didn't know anyone else who was doing this. I still don't know anyone who's doing exactly really what I do. Like you know, it's not like I was like, oh, I want to be, you know, a live storyteller, but playing some music, but doing some projected visuals, but still like really maintaining like a live performance element. Like I didn't see like a future, so I just made little goals. Like I remember thinking like, I just want to pay my hydro bill. That's what I want to do. I'll keep working in the film industry or pulling wire on construction sites, and then I'll pay my phone bill and my hydro bill. And then I was like, now I want to pay my phone bill, my hydro bill, and my, you know, whatever. It'd be nice if I could pay the rent. And, you know, and then it'd be nice if I could pay the rent and eat. And then in 2003, I think, is when I quit the film industry. And then there was a rocky couple of years where I was pretty broke, but I just sort of kept at it and kept at it. So I guess I've been sort of nose to the grindstone. I haven't really been looking up and making a big 5-year plan ever, which I probably should do it. And I'm trying to do that now. I'm trying to like have a bigger scope and like see farther than like the next project and like be a little more strategic. But I was never really, I was always just kind of like, just keep my head down, keep working. I would say that I inherited a work ethic from my family, for sure, yeah. I remember my gran, and everybody cracks up when I say this line, when she was like, I remember just coming home one summer or sometime, I had a show, and she was like, oh good, you're in town, you have to pick me up and take me to bingo, and then you gotta go get my prescription, and then could you, and I was like, Gran, I'm here for work. Like, I'm working. Work? That's not a job. It's only a job if you hate it. And then everybody laughs, and I'm like, yeah, that's funny to you, but it's not funny to me. It's not funny because that was like really true in her life. Like that was the greatest truth in her life. She spent most of her time doing something that she hated so that the rest of us could eat. And so, yeah. So, you know, and that truth had like lasting impacts on her life, like arthritis and bad back and, you know, blown out knees and blown out, you know, that was a real thing. So my dad's still like, he's 67 and he's still working really hard and his back's blown out, and you know, like I don't take this for granted at all. I'm trying to get smarter about the touring and really take breaks and take time off, and really watch the like most common pitfalls. Like I know sometimes I will drink too much if I'm really out on the road for too long, so I try to keep an eye on that and try to eat properly and try to still work out even when if I'm on the road. All of those things are really, really hard to maintain, you know, because I remember thinking like, oh well, I'm pretty good when I'm home. Like I eat a fairly decent diet and I work out all the time when I'm home, and so that's got to be. And then I was like, yeah, but you're only home 20% of the time. So if you were only, you know, like you got to do the math. So I'm trying to like work on and develop like a healthier road practice, and make it be sustainable. But sometimes I think like I'm 45 this summer, and I don't know how this is gonna feel, what my back's gonna feel like when I'm 55 and or 65, and so I do think about that, you know, and I do like I look at the dudes who've been touring for like a really long time, and I think you can see it in them, and even all that, I still have the odd like little meltdown in a hotel room somewhere. I had one in Ottawa 2 Mondays ago where I just I felt like almost like a little panic attack. I'm like, I can't go. But then I mean, I think everybody has that with their job. Doesn't everybody sit outside the factory and just be like, I don't know if I can drag myself in there without going postal. I'm gonna blow it up. I'm gonna turn around and punch dude in the cubicle next to me. Like, don't we all have that? Like, I don't want to pretend that that's not some struggle that we all have with our way that we make a living, you know? Yeah, I will teach like short workshops, like 3-hour workshops. I'll teach like a week-long intensive at a university if it pays okay, but I don't want to teach. Well, I don't have the credentials to, like, I don't have the degree and stuff that most universities would require at this point, and I don't want to. It's not my calling. Like there's so many great teachers that I know who are friends of mine, who are colleagues of mine, that really have, like, they can just give and give and give and give. I have this selfish artist part of me where it's like it gets to a certain point, and then it's like, if I could choose my students, I think I would have a different relationship, but I can't. And I don't have it in me to give to the kids who don't, well, they're not just kids. I don't have it in me to give to the students who are not going to take it and use it. To me, it's wasted energy.
Could you tell me about your relationships with various publishers that you've had?
Well, I haven't had many. I don't have much to go by. Just my relationship with Press Gang for the first book, and then it's been Arsenal for the next 9 after that. And I guess it's like, it's partly a loyalty thing for me. Like, I still have my same Toronto Dominion savings account my Uncle John opened for me in 1974 and gave me $20. I still have it, even though every time I go into the bank to talk to the financial guy, he's like, why do you have this account? It's ridiculous and archaic and it pays you nothing. And, you know, and I still have $90 in there, and I refuse to close it. It's just the way that I am. Arsenal allows me to have a lot of creative control over what the book looks like, and how things go down. And I feel like we've trained each other. I'm not your average writer. I don't go on your average book tour. It's not what I do. It's not how I make a living. I don't want to read at chapters. Yeah, so, you know, Arsenal knows me, and they know that, like, we've figured out a way to really, like, I think, support each other in doing what we do best, and then stay out of the other things that are the other person's job. And that's a good thing. I can't say what the future would hold, like that I would never consider another publisher, or I would never do this, or like I would never say never in that way, but like we've had a good haul, and they do right by me, and I try to do right by them.